What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Solana's price has taken a bit of a nosedive, leaving a lot of investors to wonder what they should be doing now and what is going on. And so in today's video, I'm going to just try to explain to you what I'm seeing and what I'm doing as a result of it. And so with that in mind, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at Solana here, what we can see is that its price has now truly confirmed the loss of this descending channel in which we were in. You know, we started to see Solana's price pulling to the downside, trying to hold some support on top of this previous point of resistance, but then we failed that RS flip. And when you fail an RS flip like this, it is a little concerning. It's like, oh shit, okay, we're probably going to go for a little dumpy dump here before things do try to get better. And what you can see is that as it was doing that, it started to put in this descending channel. Now, generally speaking, a descending channel will break to the upside. It doesn't usually matter how long it will be, but sometimes, 80% of the time, it will break to the upside. There's another 20% though, where it breaks to the downside. And in that 20%, things are also like, oh shit, now we're probably going to go for a ride to the downside, right? And that's what we're doing, okay? And you can see now that that has happened, and of course, now that we got this failed back test, we saw Solana literally just nosedive 16% over the course of 48 hours as a result of this confirmation of this strongly bearish move. Now, realistically, Solana will eventually come up, break back into this thing, and break above it. That is what has to happen eventually, in my opinion, quite simply because Solana will not, it should not at least, just go to zero and then constantly just go down forever. There will be a pump, there will be a bounce, something. It would literally just have to outrun this thing to the downside, and within the month, just just gone straight down. And that's just not likely. You know what I mean? And so, of course, at some given point, we will see Solana bounce back above. At some given point, we will see Solana return back into here and make this move to the upside. Don't know when, don't know how long it's going to take. But what I do know is that since that is the case, I now can make preparations as a result of that and get ready for when that could happen. Now, the way that I'm going to go about that is the same way I've been going about it for the last few weeks, buying at major support levels. Because at any given point, one of these major support levels is going to shoot Solana's price back into that channel. It's just what's going to happen, guys. And so, of course, we did purchase a little bit of Solana right here at around $139, thinking that that could have been the opportunity, right? What we saw here was that we did get that opportunity. We bounced back towards the channel, but we failed the back test and continued lower. But you can see the logic here. We bought at this key point of support, used that key point of support to try to push Solana back into this channel. It failed to get into the channel. I'm not discouraged by that. Yes, sure, it's annoying, and I wish it would have gotten back in here, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We're at $134. We were at like $10 a year ago. Who cares? But at the end of the day, we can still start to do these little preparations and purchases, expecting that one of these bounces will get us back into this channel. And so because of that, I am now looking to do some buying for Solana. Now, the levels I'm going to be doing buying at, $130 is where I got in at earlier today, not too long ago, a couple hours ago, because as a result of us reaching the 786 level to the bottom side. From our swing low up to our swing high, this is the bottom side of this micro 618 to 786 box. Generally speaking, this will serve as a very strong point of support. You never know if it's going to hold or not, but if one level could hold, this one definitely could hold. So I bought a little bit of Solana right above it. I didn't hit the bottom exactly. I didn't really try to time it. I just looked at it, I was like, oh shit, we're near the bottom. Let me just buy some. And so because of that, I bought a little bit of Solana around $130. And it is up a little bit now. I mean, this little purchase that was around 130 is currently up around 3.5% in a couple hours, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. But overall, you get the picture, right? I am doing a little bit of buying while we are in this micro zone of support. Now, if Solana's price does lose this micro zone of support, my next purchases would be coming around $117. Now, the purchases I would be doing here would be bigger than the one that I did here. Okay, the one that I did back here, say if this little circle is the purchase I did back here, my finger keeps slipping on this key. Here we go, boom. If that was a little purchase, I did a little bit bigger of a purchase here. And if we got down to 116, I'd do a bigger purchase. Following that, it would be $101, in which I would do a bigger purchase. Following that would be the 1.618 fib extension to the downside at $86, in which I would do a bigger purchase. And you see how as this thing would possibly get lower and lower and lower, I would be buying substantially more and more and more. It's because I would have a higher conviction that Solana's price will eventually and inevitably bounce its way back up to the upside and recapture this channel. And that's what I'm chasing. That's the goal that I'm chasing, is buying it. And if I buy more and more and more, I'm constantly reducing this little short-term dollar cost average that I'm building into this little position right here. And so, of course, if it drops, buy a little more, and my average cost is lower, drops by a little more, my average cost is lower, drops by a little more, my average cost is lower, to the point in which once it does get a bounce off of one of these levels, I will immediately end up in profit. I'll end up in profit incredibly quickly as a result of being able to increase the amount of position, or increase the amount of Solana I'm buying as I do these positional buys. And so because of that, that's my strategy. That's overall what I'm doing. Buying a little bit of Solana around 130, a little bit more around 118, a little bit more around 101, a little bit more around 886. I don't envision Solana going lower than this personally, but at the end of the day, you never really know what's going to happen. I'm just ready for whatever happens. I don't care personally. Solana's going to end up $400, $500, $600 crypto one day. That's my genuine belief. So I don't care if we drop 30 bucks. It makes no difference to me. Okay. And so I will continue to update you guys on this, let you know what's going on, and of course inform you like how I'm moving and what my plans are. There are a couple things that I am doing outside of Solana, the Sol price itself, because the ecosystem is holding up quite well, right? If we look at DeFi Llama, for example, you can see that Solana's ecosystem is holding up very well. If we go here, look at this, guys. While Solana's price is falling, TVL is not dropping. TVL is the total value locked, which is just an overview. It basically just shows you how the ecosystem is doing. Are people keeping money in the ecosystem? Are they taking money out of the ecosystem? And sure, over the last, couple months or the last couple of days, things have fallen. Things have not been as high, obviously, as they have been, in May. But realistically, we are still seeing this thing doing well, and it's stabilized, and it's holding up well. And it's not a situation in which, of course, Solana's price starts falling, so everyone just runs from the ecosystem. That's not what's happening. And so, of course, this is a good thing. Now, this also goes into the fact that, a lot of the cryptos that we have been buying, a lot of the meme coins that we've been buying, that I always tell you guys when I buy meme coins for the most part, those have mostly been Solana meme coins, and they're still doing well. Hell, I literally just bought one. I bought one 12 hours ago, 13 hours ago. It was a company named Bambit. They're doing some work with my company from more of a marketing perspective and stuff. I realized how much potential that they had, and so I ended up buying a little bit of this token just because I like what they're doing. Now, this is actually a company that is meme coin based, but they're actually trying to bring some utility to it. So they're taking like an animated approach, a cartoon approach, while also trying to actually drive a ton of utility to this thing. So for example, they're going to be bringing in some things called Bambit games, which are active now. Some of them you can see here. You can play some of their Bambit games. They have a virtual card, and they have Bambit merch, and a lot of these things will generate revenue that will be used to re-inject back into the token and be there of course to be able to help holders, help the token itself, stabilize the token, buy back the token, burn the token, and things of that nature. Now, on top of that, they've also been bringing out some comics and stuff like that, which have been really cool. They've been having some comics designed, and so of course people have been really excited about that, and this has obviously helped them from like more of a marketing perspective, having these different things to post and show the community and just keep them active and keep them involved, especially in terms of the project itself. And now, of course, this is a little bit of a newer one, but they have been doing extremely well. They even have their own NFTs that are out currently, in which you can now mint NFTs and see a little bit more information about just how the NFTs themselves work and what are some of the different benefits that come with them. You can also view them here. And so because of that, I wanted to just shout them out and bring them to the channel today because they have been doing incredibly well. And yes, you look at the last 24 hours, this thing is smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. And this is what I mean. Yes, Solana's price itself may be falling, but something like Bambit is currently sitting at a $3 million market cap, and in the last 9-10 days has just been consistently going up. And so you can't discount the ecosystem. You can't say that all of Solana is struggling. It's realistically not, and most of the ecosystem is still doing well, and Bambit is a fantastic example of that. And I will leave some links down below if you do want to check them out. I am currently up a good bit on them right now, so I'm very happy with that. And so with that in mind, guys, that is going to be about it for today's vid. Just wanted to kind of show you all what's going on with Solana, the fact that I am still buying some Solana meme coins, and why I'm not worried about this and what my exact strategy is. So if you do enjoy these types of videos, you can always let me know easily and simply by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.